Oh, I'm going to I'm going to begin officially this work session for Fast Forward Charter High School. I'm Rich West. Agenda says I'm board president, so I guess that's what I am. So let me invite Lynn. Would you weigh in, and are we recording
Lynn?
this? Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Lynn.
Lynn Hobbs, board member.
Ryan,
Ryan Marchant, business manager.
Alex,
Alex Garrett, vice principal.
Jill.
Jill Lowe.
Oh,
principal.
look out. Oh,
The Twinkie race is
oh,
See now, and that ooh, look out is going to be
I'm-
officially in the minutes. That's what's so cool about this.
I'm sorry.
That is,
Oh, sad.
you have added flavor and depth to the minutes of this board meeting. All right, Ryan, go ahead. You're item number one.
Hey. Well, Lynn and I had the pleasure to speak for just a few minutes while he was at the track meet earlier prior to coming into this board meeting. So again, I get the idea is not to take up a lot of time, and I hope everybody got the I already see sorry, I'm just thinking through here. That says December 23 when it should say February 24. Excuse me for that on the revenues. Hopefully everybody got a copy of this though. The numbers, as you can see there, the revenues are above projected budget by about $143,000. And kind of goes through some of our funding lines there. Our expenses are a little bit higher, so our revenues are over projected budget. Our expenses are a little bit over, so we'll need to probably round back together in one of our board meetings towards the end of the year and just approve a second budget, just so that we're in compliance with that. But we will need to come back a little bit just because our expenses have been a little bit more than our projected budget. But even with that, we still have a net income of about $750,000 with 742. So our budget was about 700,000 at 692. So there's a variance there. But we're over, like I said, we're over our projected budget on expenses, but also our net income is more. So the school kind of reckoning back to some of our prior board meetings and some of the financial discussions that we've had. The school's still in good position. Not, our head count is what it is. Our head count's strong, and we have a lot of students on our wait lists. And I think we're planning on bringing some additional in if they can handle it. So we operate really well at that student head count, as you can see. It gives us a lot of flexibility to take care of some of our CapEx that we're kind of doing, and then also to give out raises and stuff like that. So we are spending some of our funds down now. With planning for our portables that we're kind of just in the beginning stages of those. So between now and the beginning of next school year, you will see some of our cash position change as we pay for those portables as we go along. But that's to be expected and something that we've talked about in a wise use of our cash. So anyway, hopefully you had a chance to look at this. Lynn and I discussed it. He didn't have any questions other than I think we were over a little bit on a couple of our line items, but overall our numbers at the end of the day look pretty good. Our cash position is in good position. We're at 2.7 million approximately, and it's holding pretty steady. So we're holding that cash position, but like I said, we will be kind of whittling that down, and then as the year goes on towards the end of the year. So that's kind of the gist of it. Do you want to go to the next slide? You can see some of there you go, cash balances. You can kind of see the history there, the 6-month history, and then our student head count at history. We currently have about 482 students. And then our year-to-date budget, also kind of where we are there. So, and then behind that's the detail through February of 24. So Any questions on, does anybody have any questions?
So our audit committee has gone over this and no questions were raised. We're celebrating to a certain degree, is that right?
Lynn,
Yeah, I don't,
if you wanna hit unmute.
yeah, Lynn,
Sorry.
Lynn, I don't know if Lynn can hear or not, but yeah, Lynn and I did meet prior to coming on here, and we'd love to have another member off our board join the audit committee if they'd like to, but right now it's just Lynn and I, so I'll send the financials to him a day or two early, and he'll review them, and he'll let me know if he has any questions prior to us meeting, and then we'll jump on a 30-minute phone call prior to coming on here, and we'll review anything that he might see he has questions about, or so yeah, the audit, to answer you, that's a long way of saying yes, Rich. The audit committee has taken a look at this this financial statement here.
Well, from the, as we say, the 30,000 foot level, things look pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah, they do look pretty good. And so the school's doing great. It's really great to be associated with a school that's doing so well financially. I don't know if I've ever been fortunate enough to be involved with a school that's done so well. And for me, it's fantastic. It's fun to see, and it makes it great to manage. And we can do some things, and I don't have to stress about it at night, which is wonderful. So they're doing I know I've said this before, and I continue to say it, and I say it in every board meeting, but they're just doing a great job up there, Fast Forward. They really are. And I know our board's aware of that. You guys have been on the board basically since the inception of the school, which in itself is amazing. But you guys have seen the different ebbs and flows that the school has gone through. And right now we just happen to be in one of those high spots financially, and which means the other parts of the school are doing well because the kids will come. And I think we all know that, and everybody has a sense of that. This is one way of looking at the success of the school, and there's many other ways to view the success of the school. And I kind of turn that over to Jill to talk about that, because I know all the wonderful things that they're doing. But yes, Rich, from a 30,000 elevation level here, looking at the financials, we're doing very well.
Well, great leadership, top to bottom. On the financial side, on the programmatic side, it's a pleasure and a delight to be associated. This is, my affiliation with this school has greatly improved my overall reputation.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
So this
Well, I
is,
don't know if that's possible to improve that, but we could certainly do some damage to it. So we'll let you know before anything happens.
this is great. Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. Let's go to item number 2. Jill.
Okay, we are, the state asks us to get LEA approval for teachers that are still working towards their teaching license. And when we approve these, they're approved for 3 years. And usually that's all it takes for these individuals to get their licenses. And all of them are in our Fast Forward Apple program, which is basically, they're kind of homegrown teachers, we've had huge success with. In fact, one of our math teachers in the school got the highest score for anybody in the state on their PPAT score, which is a test, a portfolio that teacher candidates have to put together. So I think we're doing a great job. Our licensing coordinator, Coley Rollins, has put all this together for these teachers, and she's done a fantastic job. So I think after this 3 years, all of these people should be licensed. So it's for the following teachers teaching the associated classes you can see on the screen. So we just need approval for those.
Okay, so this is when we say LEA specific educator license, this would be us authorizing these folks for a period of 3 years to teach these subjects,
Yes.
after which time they would have to have achieved state SEA approved licensure for these subject areas. Is that correct?
Correct, yes, that's right.
Oh,
And worst case scenario, I've never had this, but worst case scenario, if that time runs out, we as an LEA can approve them again for another 3 years. Knock on wood, that's never happened, so,
The previous time we sat down and did this for you guys, like those groups have all.
Been licensed,
Been licensed.
yeah.
So,
good, good. So it could go to 2 3-year terms if necessary, but
the
that
LEA,
hasn't happened in the past.
Right.
We don't expect it to happen in the future.
right. Yeah, the LEA, there's basically unlimited, we can LEA specific license for an unlimited amount of time.
Oh, like
So-
forever?
Mhm. Yeah,
But
I've never had
LEA
that happen.
specific
but-
means they could only do it here. I
Here,
mean, they can't
correct.
go anywhere
Yeah.
else.
Yep.
With that licensure.
Right,
Okay. Well, we can't vote on this,
Nope.
but now we have all the detail. And I'm going to I don't know if this invalidates anything, but I think it's wonderful and I vote yay. And when you send it out, I'll vote yay again.
perfect. Okay, yeah, we'll send this recording out with their email, just so if other members have questions, they will. Hopefully, we will have answered their questions.
Okay. Any other questions? Lynn or anybody else? All right, I'm gonna move to item number 3. The 2025 school calendar.
That's
And
pretty,
there it is, it's
yeah,
pretty.
that's pretty straightforward, for next year, yeah. So,
Any interesting departures other than one fewer day in
Yeah.
February?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah,
Are we ever concerned about matching up with either of the 2 local school districts?
we do. We make sure our spring break is always the same. Christmas break is always the same.
Are the 2 school districts always the same?
No,
I didn't.
for
think they
spring
were.
break they are, but usually the beginning and the end of Christmas break is different, so. We traditionally align with the Logan district, just. Because
Well-
we have, but not always,
And that's where our charter came from, so it
Mhm.
makes sense.
yeah,
I wish the 2 school districts would collaborate a little bit more because as a grandparent of students in both school districts, seems to me that the 2 school districts should attend to my needs more than they do.
right?
I'm very concerned about that.
Agreed.
Um, all
Yeah,
right,
so that's
well,
it.
we'll send that out. And the last item is a principal's report and it requires no vote, but it's always good to hear.
Thank you. Okay, one notable piece of information to share. Alex and Kathy, our special ed director, and myself, we finished up our accreditation administrative presentation, I guess. It was great. We talked about things that we've learned that we do really well here and areas where we have some growth to do, and I thought our presentation went really well. The accreditation company, Cognia, will review all of our evidence that supports, we basically have to self-review and then they look over all that and give their feedback to us probably in June, is what they said. So I think it was quite an informative school year so far. We felt like as a team, we had grown a lot and we had learned a bunch. We know some areas where we need to improve, and I'm happy to send that presentation out to you guys. Probably a good thing we could do.
I think that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, we had some notable areas that I wanted to share with you for just a minute. One of those is our literacy program, which we've worked really closely, which Rich has helped us very closely with, and taken his lead on quite a few of the initiatives. And that was something the team was very impressed with, was our literacy program in the school. Our collaboration between our faculty members and our team was awesome. Those are a couple of the areas we got an exemplary score in. She was pretty impressed with, Selena from Cognia. What else can you think of to
The
share?
relationships between
Uh-huh.
the students, it was very clear the students loved coming here and had good relationships with the teachers, and
Yeah,
that buy-in was here. She noted that, like.
yeah, students and parents were spoke very highly. She interviewed, the Cognia team came in, they interviewed when you were interviewed,
Mhm.
they interviewed parents and students, and they gave really good feedback, so.
Yeah.
It's been a good process, so.
Well, I can't imagine that you will get any surprises. Usually at this point, if you haven't heard about any concerns,
Yeah,
this is not a process that surprises people at the end, like, oh my gosh, I had no idea
right,
that wasn't going to be acceptable, or,
yep,
and so the commendations will probably only be highlighted. So
It was really
another
that was good.
congratulations in order.
We're sure glad it's over. Oh my goodness, but yeah. Yeah, thank you. We have a great team and it's been a good process. I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's been very informative and it's been good. So,
Well, I've said this before, even said it in this meeting, probably say it in every meeting. What an honor to be here. This is, it's great to be affiliated with this school. And I applaud you for your efforts, your leadership,
thank you.
your attention to detail.
Thank you.
This is,
Just made a lot of difference. I knew you were going to say that.
Lynn's back.
it's wonderful, and I know that Lynn would say the same thing.
Yes, you would.
Yeah.
Good school.
It's a privilege.
Thanks, Lynn.
Well, this is very cool. Do we have anything else to do?
Yeah, Carson.
See,
About it.
The only problem with such a good school is that our meetings are short. We
I know.
don't have much to do other than celebrate.
They're never very
And
exciting.
Lynn's doing a pretty good job of celebrating
That's true.
No,
not just the school, but athletic
race.
performance.
Yeah.
The only other,
yeah,
February 27th, I did go and present over at Logan City.
Oh, yeah.
School board, they asked us to do that once a year to just kind of come share how we're doing, so
Mhm.
one made that presentation. I think it
was
was
great.
good job, Kaden.
Wonderful. Well, is there anything else that needs to come before the board?
Nope, that's it.
Maybe a little applause. Well done, everyone, including Lynn's, is it grandchildren, I assume, Lynn?
Yeah, oh yeah, it isn't my children, believe me, they're
Believe me.
all old. Yep. No, it's my grandkids.
Well,
That's exciting.
at least we're not celebrating the high school performance of our great grandchildren.
Right.
No, I've got a few years for that.
I must have a few years. I don't even have any yet.
Well, I got 3 and 1 on the way, so
My gosh. Well,
That's exciting.
my grandkids
get-
are not nearly so cooperative.
Probably a good thing that they're not very old, right?
Well, I do have 4 of them married now.
Oh, you do? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
All right. Well, without anything else to be brought before the board, I will declare this meeting finished.
Thanks,
Thank you
Lynn.
very